Hey everyone, back to Griesbaum Family Chip Review number 5. We are actually repeating a brand this time, Quality and Value Pics. We did this brand a couple of days ago. What flavor was that, guys?
Blue cheese.
Oh, blue cheese and buffalo wings and blue cheese, which Blake was not into at all. Danny thought was pretty good, right? Blake did not like the blue cheese flavor on that one. So we will see about this Quality and Value Pics. This one is called Baby Back Ribs.
I'm
Baby
excited
back
for
ribs.
this one, but I feel like it's also gonna be bad.
I don't know.
Well, I just
So
saw lightning.
It's just lightning.
I guess.
Yeah.
So do you guys like ribs? Do you eat ribs?
No, it's like one of my least favorite. Like
Not
meat.
usually, but people.
Do you like barbecue flavor?
Yes.
No, not really. I don't like.
Okay, so Danny doesn't like barbecue or ribs. Blake does like barbecue in general, but not ribs. As a reminder, this is distributed by Price Chopper, and it is out of Schenectady, New York. So here we go. First, we'll do smell test again, see what we think.
I feel like it's gonna smell good, to be honest. I have a stuffy nose, so I don't know if it's gonna be like.
It's not super strong smell-wise.
Oh yeah, that smells actually really good. To be fair, it's not.
I'm getting like a little bit of a barbecue smell, but it's not a real overwhelming
It smells
smell.
like the volume too, like the ketchup, salt, and vinegar, and
Perhaps.
and
All right, one chip, no dip. Everyone knows the rules.
as you take your second chip.
Yep. Oh, Danny making a face. Blake's still chewing.
I don't know.
Everybody knows the rules. One chip only.
Okay, sure.
One thing I will say for it, it very much tastes like ribs. The flavor description is very accurate. It definitely tastes like ribs, smoky flavor. I mean, it tastes like the meat, oddly enough.
I don't know. Oh, but a light just turned off. It probably burned out.
And now we're back on.
Oh,
All right, well,
that's interesting.
this is a very well-named chip. I mean, it definitely tastes like barbecue ribs. We'll start with Danny was very emotional and hormonal yesterday. He's 12 years old and seemed to be having some issues yesterday. Not sure if they're friend related or what, but Danny's back on board today. Are you ready to? Well, first of all, what do you think?
I have mixed opinions because I don't like ribs and it tasted exactly like ribs.
Right.
but-
So you agree with me that the flavor is accurate. It definitely tastes like ribs.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably like it's the worst one I've had. It's probably like a 5.1.
Really lower? You're scoring it lower than yesterday's. What was it? Cheese flavor that you.
Those were my favorite.
I like the cheese one as well. Danny did not. So you didn't score the cheese ones low yesterday just because you were hormonal. It was just
No.
you really didn't
I
like
did
it.
not like.
Okay. So this is 5.1 for you, but you're attributing it mostly to the fact that you don't like
no.
ribs.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
More
Blake,
lightning.
Blake, try not to get distracted by the weather and tell us what do you think about this.
I don't know if you're still in Michigan, Scott, but the weather.
Well, we're not only talking to Scuba Scott Gordon, who bought these this round of chips, but we're talking to others as well. The weather here in Michigan today is a little bit stormy.
It's been like this for the past 3 days. Last night was a record high for lightning in Michigan.
Well, Chuck Gatica, what do you think about the chips?
I thought the same thing what Danny said. The flavor is it's very accurate. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you like ribs, you'll love these chips.
Okay,
Like
so
it tastes exactly like ribs. They taste like they taste like crunchy ribs. Like very crunchy.
ribs.
a crunchy version of ribs. Okay,
But it
makes me think of Anchorman, where he says, "I had ribs for lunch, stuck in my teeth." All right, Danny, you gave 5.1. Blake, you're giving it what?
I think the flavor is bold. Like it's bold of ribs. And I'm not a big fan of ribs. I don't know. I think this is my second least favorite. I'm giving it 6 on the dot.
6 flat. Okay. Well, luckily for this quality and value pics brand. I do like ribs, and being that I do like ribs, and this, you know, pretty much nails the flavor on the. Excuse me, one chip. Everybody knows the rules. Considering that you didn't like the chip, why do you keep eating them?
I don't know, because I did.
Yeah, I mean, this nails the flavor. Pretty good ruffle. Yeah, I mean, I got to give this a solid score. I will say that maybe a little too overwhelming to have, you know, more than a bowl. So maybe I'll stop short of a super high score because of that. It's kind of an overwhelming flavor. You know, do you want to keep eating 50 chips that taste like barbecue ribs? I don't know. But I'm going to give it a 7.7. 7.7. I think it says what it is. It came through for me as far as the flavor goes. So I'm going to give it a 7.7. So that's where we're at. 7.7. What did you give it again, Blake?
I gave it a 6.
A 6 flat, and Danny says 5.1. So I guess Dad likes ribs the best and also likes these chips the best. So there you have it, folks.
Can I say another thing?
Okay.
I think the flavor is just too bold. Like the thing with the ketchup, salt, vinegar, barbecue, those chips were really good. But once I had like 3 of them, I thought it was just way too much. I had to go get water. It was just way too.
So let's talk about this for a second, though. So do you think it's better if a chip is really, really tasty and you just want to have like a small sampling of them, or do you think it's better for a chip to be, you know, less filling or more easygoing so that you can have a bowl or more?
The thing that I like the most about chips is if it has a consistent flavor. Like if it's like this is a very consistent flavor, but I think it's way too bold. And I don't like ribs, but for rib likers, I think if you eat too many of these, the flavor is just doesn't like. If you eat a couple, like if you eat a small sample, I think it'll be fine.
Do you think people should eat them with ribs?
With ribs, no. The flavor.
I mean, as a side dish, like instead of a baked potato or something. I actually agree with Blake on this. I think it would be too much. I don't think it would pair well with ribs. I think it would just be too much. You know, you already have your ribs, so I don't think you would need these. You'd want something different. But I enjoyed it, and it is debatable, you know, do we want our chips to be like Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great, or do we want our chips to be like, you know, craft beer, where you have one and it's one is enough? So I don't know. Tough to say. The jury's out. All right, thanks everyone. See you tomorrow.